Hello and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. You should be familiar with this type of video by now. I'm going to show you some footage from an interesting match of Hunt Showdown, and I'll give you some commentary on the tactical decisions being made, as well as where the slip-ups are, and usually some of this is helpful because you can use it to up your own game. Before we get stuck in, a quick word about this video's sponsor, Proton Mail. Proton Mail is a secure email service, and a good one at that. But what is a secure email service, and what difference does it make to something like Gmail? Well, normally when you send an email using Gmail, it is encrypted, but it is decrypted once it reaches the destination. This is not particularly secure, and companies can then use the contents of your emails to target you with ads, sell on your data, and in extreme cases, a lack of security and privacy can even lead to your online identity being stolen or misused. But Proton Mail is different. It's an email service that features end-to-end encryption. This means that what you send stays secure, and only the intended recipient can access the information. It's now the world's largest encrypted mail service. Developed in Switzerland with a strict no-logs policy, all of Proton Mail's apps are open source and audited, and it can be used for free, forever, with no ads. It has recently had a new web redesign that focuses on easy-to-operate user interface with a range of personalization options that are both visual and functional. Proton Mail has a number of plans as well that suit a variety of different needs and circumstances. There is of course the free plan, which will provide you with secure email and 500 megabytes of storage. Other users might opt into a paid plan, which allows you to access increased storage, multiple email aliases, and priority customer support amongst other perks. There are also plans for small and large organizations as well that have very competitive pricing. If you would like to check out Proton Mail and secure your communications, you can find a link in the description below. And back to the video. In this match, we will spawn at Salter's Pork. This is a hotly contested spawn point, so we are prepared for a fight. You'll notice that I checked the spawn to our north before moving into the compound, just to make sure there's no one running across.
Alright, get out of here! All of you, move it! Come on, let's go!
The hive triggering on the roof tells me that the enemy team is here in the compound, and I immediately check the clue position for two reasons. Firstly, I want to know if they will be exposed to a distance headshot when getting the clue, and secondly, I want to ensure that I'm not in the red glow range. They don't need to know that we're here until we open fire. After the initial skirmish, which is fruitless, the enemy runs inside to fortify a position, but they are predictable. These windows and little holes in the roof are very obvious peek spots. Only use them if you're confident that no one knows your position. As we move around, we clear AI from the area. This is important to remember to do during a fight because if you neglect it, it can get you killed. I hear some birds to the west, and this indicates that another team is coming into our position, drawn by the gunfire no doubt. If this happens to you, it is important to rotate so that you're not stuck in between two teams, which is a lethal place to be. This new position is much better. We are close enough to hear everything that the team is doing inside the building, but we're not in a position to be pushed easily. Now we are essentially waiting for the new team to come in. I think my partner is trying to broker an alliance, but it doesn't seem too successful.
There's another team coming. Oh my god, it's ghosty. Don't shoot the red.
Oh, hello there.
As the two enemy teams engage, weaken and distract each other, we can easily pick them off as they mill around the edge of the compound. The Nagant carbine is an exceptionally powerful weapon in these compound distance fights. It's snappy, it's good at clicking heads, and it can two-tap the body very efficiently.
Hey, we came to talk to you about Jesus. You want...
With one team down, we return our focus to the building, trying to catch them peeking out.
I feel like we oh, friendly! Friendly! Don't shoot him. Listen, mate. The dude we just killed just is having...
My teammates start to make some questionable decisions, and I start to lose patience as the enemy does not seem to be peeking my end, so I rotate to view the only place that they can cover the body of my fallen ally. But I still don't have the right angle. Be prepared to switch weapons on the go. A Mosin sniper is a much better weapon for this particular role, but it still doesn't have enough penetration to get through that damn metal and wood combination. My teammates try and revive out in the open, which goes exactly as expected. Don't do this. Now it's time for the 1v3. That armoured aggroing indicates that they are aware of their advantage and are beginning to move out. The pace of the fight is about to change, so I go back to my more aggressive close-range officer carbine weapon. It's important to know when you're outgunned. If two enemies can see and shoot me at the same time, then I'm probably not in a good position and it's an indication that I should move. Despite bad aim, the carbine saves the day yet again. Note that had that guy pulled behind cover after he got hit and allowed his team to cover him, then he more than likely would have survived. There was no way that I would push in around that corner. Now I don't usually like to crouch much in combat, but it is useful when you're trying to reposition without the enemy knowing where you are, and it can allow you to get some really nice shots on an unwitting target. Use the cracks. There's no need to fully reveal yourself if it's not absolutely necessary. Well, there goes the assassin. With one team dead, one person left on the enemy team, and the assassin banishing, I'm now pretty sure that we're not going to be third-partied. It's down to a 1v1. And this is usually where it gets a little bit campy. I can hear where they are, they have a general idea where I am, and we kind of know that the first person to run it in the open might be the loser. So we play conservative. I do want to be sure, however, that they haven't used Necromancer to revive their friend, so I go up and check the roof. Which gives me another nice piece of information. I now know that they have a shotgun, so I can stay back, and then I put on a burn to try and draw them out further into me, rather than me pushing in into their shotgun, which is a bad idea. My signal to move is hearing metal on the roof. I use a frag to make sure that it's going to get their teammate if they do manage to pull off a revive. And that's everyone. Better get Shrek back on his feet. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and of course a massive thank you to our Patreon supporters as well. I'm hoping that by the time this video releases, the new map is already on the test servers and we're playing it, so expect some new content and streams focusing on that very shortly, along with some boss guides and more weapon analysis videos. I'll catch you next time. This is Ascendance from 4FS Gaming.